Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and so we got the event shop for the gold event. It's actually live on the main screen, and it's got its own splash icon rather than being hidden in the store, which is super cool. It's nice, it's just kind of convenient, and I've already gone ahead and purchased the gold. I've gone ahead, or the energy rather, not the gold, the uniform upgrade kits, the black antimatter, and the Nornstone. So my gold is probably going to be plummeting. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a little bit of fun. I do want to talk later on in the video about the 6-star selector and give you some more tips because I've thought about it more. But first I want to crack open 30 of these bad boys to see just what I get. I've already gotten screenshots from people saying that they've gotten specific items, which is awesome. Congratulations. I always love hearing when you guys get lucky. And I've also been seeing a lot of it earlier today. I was doing some other content recording for you guys, and in the all channel, it actually pops up here when people pull certain obelisks and ISO 8 from the gold chest, which is really cool. So I thought, why don't we blow 3 million gold and see exactly what we get. So that's a good one. That's a pretty good one. That's a very good one. That's the very good one. That's a bad one. Okay, that's really good. The tier 3 materials are actually super nice. That's another very good one. 50 Nornstones is actually bananas for 100,000 gold. That's also nice. I'm going to turn all these 5 stars into 6 stars and either use them for equipping or use them for re-rolling or awakening. Another 50 Nornstones. This is so... I've got almost 200 Nornstones of Chaos so far. This is probably not that great either, but it's still worthwhile. This is probably also not so good either, but I'm not going to complain at all. We got some dud rewards. It's okay. We got a lot of good stuff at the beginning. 5 stars. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Sure. Okay, good. Yeah. Nice. Where are my 50s at? Where are my tier 2 tickets at? If I get a tier 2 ticket, I'd bust that open right now. Nice, we got another one. I love these 50s. Honestly, these might be the best rewards for me specifically. I wonder when my last one is gonna run out. Oh, there we go. So that was not bad at all. I got like 50 black antimatter, over 200 chaos Nornstones. I got a bunch of 4 or 5 star ISO and obelisks. And then I got some other stuff I can't even remember. Oh, I got some dimension dust. That was actually pretty nice to get those tier 3 materials. And then we got some of this stuff, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, so let me know what you guys got in your event shop gold chest. I'm curious if anybody's pulled the tier 2 ticket especially. I think that's one of the best rewards that they have, but also the mega rank up ticket is a nice juicy one. Now the other thing I wanted to discuss with you guys is the 6-star, okay, yeah, we know Shadowland, yeah, spoiler alert, is the 6-star selector. You should all have this in your inbox now. These gifts do not get applied from the notices tab. They actually go directly into your gift tab. So if you're curious where your 6-star selector is, here is where it is. And basically it's got all of the regular bioselector characters minus the A-Force. So I was telling you guys in a previous video that maybe the A-Force will be in here, and if they were, you'd see Singularity. But unfortunately she's not available. If you scroll, you'll be able to see that she's not here. So you have to go ahead and choose just the regular bioselector characters. So I thought about it more, and I have a more refined list for you guys, and I'll pop it up right now, and then we'll just go through. So the first 5 at the top are definitely characters that you want to have at tier 2, but they're still very good at tier 1. They're still very good at 6 stars. So if for some strange reason you don't have Iron Hammer or Sharon Rogers or Morgan Le Fay or Minerva or Shuri at tier 1, absolutely pick them up. You can't farm for them traditionally, like you can't get their bios from Dimension Rifts or from any sort of in-game content besides Shuri with the legendary battle, but it's super inconsistent. So definitely pick them up, and it's really good to see Morgan Le Fay, Iron Hammer, and Minerva in the top 5, which means that the majority of people are making the correct call, and you can see Shuri's pretty close by. Ulysses Claw is actually not a bad choice either. I just wouldn't put him in the same bracket as those other characters. Wouldn't put Goliath in that bracket at all. And then Thing and Human Torch we'll talk about a little bit later. As you can see, the next group of characters that I would consider getting at 6 stars would actually be these special mission characters. And there's actually multiple reasons why you want to think about using a 6-star selector on them. You definitely will still need to tier 2 them for the, I think it's All Things New and the Realm of King's Quest. It asks you to tier 2 all of these characters, but you can get a jump start on that if you're not going to use your tier 2 selector on them anyways, and you can at least get them to 6 stars. Now, of course, getting someone like Gorgon to 6 stars is probably more beneficial than some of the other characters from the Inhumans because at least he has a leadership. So, you know, unlike Karnak, you can even value them from there. Maximus is a villain. You can't use it on... Oh, no, I don't think you can use it on Inferno. So it would either be Crystal or Gorgon for the leadership. Crystal's probably the best standalone character of the four. And then Maximus being the villain. And then Karnak is probably the worst of the four to get at 6 stars. But even more than that, the All Things New forces you to tier 2 the New Avengers. And the frustrating thing about this quest pack is that you can't use the New Avengers missions to farm their bios and farm hidden routes. So you actually slow down your progress of the New Avengers quest pack, and that one gives you a CTP of Destruction, which is actually, in my opinion, more valuable than a CTP of Authority, unless you're like super obsessed with Alliance Conquest. So I would actually consider as well, I would name these 5 characters here, you know, Songbird, Squirrel Girl, Hulkling, Wiccan, and White Tiger as... See, special gold chest. P-Love P413, just got it. Anyways, I would name these 5 characters as good candidates for the 6-star selector because it'll cut your farming of their gears to 20 to get them to tier 2. It'll cut that in half because you're getting them immediately to 6 stars. Now, if you've already got all these characters to 6 stars, you've already got all the Inhumans to 6 stars, which, you know, completes the quest pack, you can still select them and you'll instead get 256 bios. So you can use that to, you know, accelerate getting them to tier 2. Let's say you've got 4 of them to tier 2 and you've just got Squirrel Girl left. You go ahead and use your 6-star selector on Squirrel Girl, and it will, even though you already have her unlocked and ranked up to 6 stars, you will instead get 256 biometrics for the character, as you can see there, because I already have her. So that's another really good tip. Finally, I have their Human Torch Thing and Hellstorm. Those are epic quest characters that you need to get up to at least 5 stars in order to unlock the main quest character, either Doctor Strange or Mr. Fantastic. Of course, you need to tier 2 them, or you need to tier 2 the other ones to unlock Doctor Doom. But in the case of Hellstorm, I recommended him because, you know, there's none of the characters from Deadpool or Wolverine's quest that you can use the selector on because they're mutants. But in this case, you have 2 characters from the Dark Dimension. If you immediately use your 6-star selector on Hellstorm, you don't have to farm his mission anymore. And unlike Hellstorm, Satana is not available from biometric selectors. Hellstorm is. So you should be farming every day the Dark Advent 3 times per day instead of farming Increasing Darkness, because you can always use bioselectors to get Hellstorm. And so I actually, this is reflected in my own farming, because if you go and you check out my character bio levels and you find these 2, you can see I've got tons of bios for Satana, and I usually don't use her to rank up other characters for, you know, level 70, because her bios are very rare. They're as rare as Clea's, basically. But his are not, so I use his all the time. So you can consider using the 6-star selector on him so that it can accelerate your progress of farming up Satana from 1 star to 5 stars via energy. I also mentioned Human Torch and Thing there. Again, all 3 of those characters are farmable, but it's a nice option if you want to just speed up your epic quest, you know, success rate and speed through the missions, and you've got the other characters that I listed ahead of them. Finally, the last 2 that I mentioned there, Coulson and Venom. Again, they're both farmable from story missions, so they're not, you know, prime candidates for a 6-star selector, but in Venom's case, he actually is all set at 6 stars. All you got to do is get his anti-venom uniform, and he performs very well as a striker, dropping those healing blobs. That's literally all you need. So if you've already picked up his uniform, or you have the crystals and you're waiting for a sale, get him to 6 stars. Boom. You save the energy of farming him every day and getting him up to 6 stars. You save the gold of ranking him up from 1 to 6 stars, etc. You don't have to do that, but it's a possibility. Same thing with Coulson, except in Coulson's case, he's not okay at 6 stars. You absolutely have to get him and push him to tier 2, but this will accelerate that process by either getting him to 6 stars or by, you know, already having him at 6 stars and selecting the Coulson again to get the 256 bios for his gear to get him closer to tier 2. So let me know what you think of those 6-star character selectors. I tried to be as thorough as possible with my suggestions without just naming every single character that's available, because some of them are still pretty much duds. You can, of course, also focus on the Spidey's Rogues Gallery in order to get the Mega Mythic upgrade, uniform upgrade ticket. That is another option, but I do think that for some people, they're going to be farming these anyways because these characters are generally better. And so you're going to want to leave something at the end to actually do. You definitely don't want to leave it to New Avengers because there's no hidden routes. You'll always have a chance to get a CTP of Transcendence here, even if you're not using hidden tickets. You will not have that chance here. So Inhumans and Spidey's Gallery are pretty much the same, except this one gives you a CTP of Destruction, so I thought it might be a little bit better, and it's got the ending there with Dormammu, but some people generally like the uniform upgrade ticket more. So then I would say that you could also use your 6-star selectors on one of these 5 characters here, or just get them for Mysterio and wait for Far From Home, or get them to accumulate extra bios for the end game OG Avengers if you think one of those is going to be kind of, you know, shown love in the update. That's a more speculative approach, but yeah, some people are piling up Hulk bios, or piling up Black Widow bios, or piling up Black Panther bios, or Hawkeye bios for the update. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you got from your gold boxes. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.